Everyone is so serious now. I went out to dinner tonight in a parking lot surrounded by traffic cones. Thanks, Gavin Newsom, because we can't walk in a building unless we promise to burn it down, BLM. So we have to sit in a parking lot surrounded by traffic cones to have dinner. And this we're in Echo Park, Los Angeles, which is a nightmare. It's a rapidly decaying hellscape, and it's full of these artists and pseudo-intellectuals, but primarily dilettantes, people that think they're in the arts and are not, people who are under the impression they are comedians and are not. And then, of course, you get a few comedians here and there. We're sitting in and this restaurant called Tex, which is a horrible name, but it's a good restaurant. It's country French, as the waitress told us. She has not showered in weeks, and she has her ratty hair clinging to her face in amphetamine sweat. And she said, it's country French cuisine. She is correct about that. And the food is very good. But Tax, what's it called? Tex. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Folks, it's gone anyway. Taix French restaurant, and it's really good. It's been there since 1927. Well, what's coming in? A high-rise in Echo Park because more people need to live in condos in Echo Park. So they have a high-rise coming in, and this restaurant is closing. We all know that. And instead of just enjoying one of our last meals, of course, we have the waitress who we have to relive her horror for the entirety of the meal. She's telling us about the owner and that the owner's not really doing anything and the owner doesn't let them know what's going on and they don't know when they're closing and he didn't, she goes, well, we had to set this whole thing up. We had to get the tables and chairs from the downstairs. And then she's talking about the councilwoman. I hope Nithya wins because some socialist candidate, she goes, I hope Nithya wins. She's taking deep breaths. And I want to grab her and say, with all due respect, can you shut your mouth, please? We are trying to enjoy a meal. Can you shut your mouth? Every time she came near the table, she looked wounded. I'm like, do we have to take you to a hospital? I know it's been a tough 5 months. I know you haven't worked. Can you pull it together for Christ? I can't deal with it. Shut up about the city councilwoman who you think is going to save your life. I hope she wins. This gaunt heroin addict at the French restaurant. And this is all the servers now. All of the servers, because now it's the fall and I'm doing a lot of, one of my sports, which I go out to dinner now. And this is kind of my sport. We kind of settle into from now until January, this is going out to dinner season. You see people you haven't seen in a while. And now because I live in Los Angeles, you get to go out to dinner in parking lots and alleys and things like that. And it's great. But the servers now are like, they have this weird, like they're wearing their heart on their sleeve because they've been out of work for so long and everything's been so tragic for so long. And they feel like you have to sit there and like take it. You have to like stomach their nightmare of a life while you try to eat, risotto. And you have to sit there and go, yeah, so the owners doesn't even tell you when it's closing, huh? What do you want from us? You want to come live with us? Is that what you envision happens at the end of this? I go, well, why don't you live with us? Seems fair. Don't tell me that you hope a certain politician won during dinner. Who cares? Leave it alone. It's potentially a volatile conversation. She goes, I hope she won. I hope she won. I'm sleeping in this lot. God, I'm trying to eat food that's a little expensive and I don't want to feel guilty about it. So can you get out of here? The woman had the look of somebody who like chases down semen with cough syrup under a bridge. Without like the spunky, fun-loving personality you'd imagine someone like that having. I don't want a super serious, in the midst of a crisis server. Put it together. I just did a big election live stream with Rogan. I was tired. The Airbnb canceled on us. I didn't get any sleep the night before. I got in an argument with Dan, the kid that opens for me, and I made him go sit under a tree. I'm like, I don't want to look at you. We can't even be in the same parking lot. We get to Rogan's early. Nobody's there. We got to sit on the curb because the Airbnb couldn't get a cleaning crew in. The day is a nightmare. You know what I did? I went to work. I shut my mouth and went to work, and we had a great time. I didn't make everybody, participate in my misfortune. It's not fair. Keep it close to the vest.